Hey everyone, it's Justin here, Voices for Voices. Thank you so much for joining us on this and every episode, over 400 episodes. Really close. I believe this actually might be episode 410. So we're first week going into the second week in January 2026, and like I said, we're not taking our foot off the gas. We're continuing to share content, share stories, and help as many people as possible. If you're able to, if you could reach out to 25 of your closest friends or followers and let them know about the Voices for Voices TV show and podcast, that would be greatly appreciated. It's something that's free to do, just like following us on our social media and subscribing and liking and following and all that great stuff of our Voices for Voices podcast and TV show. We are officially, as we have been, over 100 countries and provinces and over 1,000 cities. And we are putting the challenge out because we know we can do it. There's no reason we can't reach 300 countries and territories and 3,000 cities worldwide. It's because of you we're here, and we know that we can continue to reach more and more people uh, on that road to helping 3 billion people over the course of my lifetime and beyond. We really hope that you're enjoying the episodes, and so again, if this is your first show, we have over 400 and now 410 episodes. So there's at least probably 30 or 40 episodes at the very least that really would talk to you as far as guests and topic. And we just recommend that if you're able to check this out, if you're at home or on the road, you can watch us on Rumble, on YouTube, and you can listen to us everywhere. From Spotify to Apple to Google to Amazon, iHeart, all those. So, uh, today's episode, we're going to we're going to jump into uh, mental health as we do try to link that as that being the foundation of Voices for Voices with our guest David Solomon, who we've had on multiple times talking about multiple topics. And the topic today is well, David will be doing the explaining, but just to get a little context, he's going to be talking about his mental health and how that relates to an injury, an eye stroke that has happened, and so he's going to talk through, what that is, what that healing process is, how it's affected his mental health, and really to be again an inspiration as he always is on our show. So, David, welcome again to the show, and thank you for joining us. And feel free to take the floor.
Thank you, Justin.
You're
Um,
welcome.
Let me say this has been a life-changing, altering event. Um, you can hear it in my voice probably. One moment you can see and you can write and you can work and you can do the things that you normally can do. And then the second that's taken from you, you you can't do that anymore and you don't realize what you have until it's gone. And that's kind of where we're at. And um, thanks to my wife, she's really helped out that way with with trying to make me see that you know you're going to make it through this. And she herself has battled a diagnosis of ADHD, which is attention deficit disorder, and she has been looking at how to better help herself. And it's really opened my eyes as to how to help me. And we've been battling that. Um, and when this happened, it was an accident and Christmas, and um, it just happened overnight. And one moment you can see and you can look at light and you can write and you can watch TV and you can look at your kids and you can eat and you can do all these things normally, and then within a split second everything is just taken from you. It's just ripped from you, all of it just ripped. And that's what has happened now, is it's been ripped. And it's just been um it's been life changing and heartbreaking. The pain that I've endured is nonstop. The triggers that trigger the pain are nonstop. The emotional distress of not being able to write for a very long time is nonstop. And it's so hard on the body. We take for granted, the things of life, like being able to see. We don't think of how that affects us. It affects us in life because you got to see in order to live. There are blind people out there, don't get me wrong, there are, but you have to see in order to live a normal life. You have to watch TV, you have to read, you have to write, you have to cook, you have to clean, you have to help out. And you can't do these things if you can't see. And that's been life changing and life altering. And it hurts. The pain that I'm in now is 50 times worse than I've ever been in my life. Any light, your whole side of your face pulsates. And it's just been eye opening that you get everything taken from you. Just like that. How this happened was an accident. I'm not going to say everything because it's not my place, but I'm going to say let this be a lesson to some people, because part of it was my fault, but another part was someone's anger getting out of hand and not thinking about the consequences of what happens next. That's what I'll say to that. Actions have consequences. A week ago, I was watching the New Year's, you know, show, and my eye was hurting. It didn't start hurting right away. It started gradually getting worse and vision started blurring. And on New Year's Day, that's when reality hit in, that you woke up to a hell. So it's not fair. It's not easy. You start looking at the little things in life that you've done to make a difference. You look at all the people that you may have wronged in life, or maybe they wronged you. We're in a lawsuit for stupid reasons. You you sit back in your bed, you close your eyes because it burns to open them. You have a lot of time to think. What a waste of time. What a waste of life. Life is so precious. Why are we wasting time in this? Just 8 days ago, I was writing a book in San Bernardino County. It was based on San Bernardino County. And I'd been there with my mom. And out of nowhere, the next day, you can't see to do it. It's been so emotionally draining to go backwards as a writer and as a creator and as a father and as a husband, and to watch yourself decline before you get better. This type of injury takes a long time to heal. So I don't know when I will write again. Thankfully, I will. It takes a lot of treatment, a lot of rehab to train the eye again. It's so hard to think. All these people, so much hate on me, like for being a survivor of human trafficking, and then this happens, and you just close your eyes and take for granted the little things in life. I was talking to an old friend today. I've known him since I was a kid. He reminded me of why I write and why I'm in a lawsuit with the people that took me and the people that continue to take others. Why I'm ridiculed, why others are ridiculed for telling their story, because it makes someone uncomfortable, because it makes a difference, because it starts a revolution, it starts a movement. It's been heartbreaking all night as the pain got worse. No sleep. Then you start to forgive your enemies. Stephen Reimer's number one. Brian Davis, number two. Mindy Davis, number three. Scott Miner, number four. And the list goes on. You start going over your woes of what could I do better? And when I get my sight back, what can I do to improve? What can I do to make a better life for my family and not fail them? It's hard, but you have a lot of time to think. So they can take your eyesight away, but they can't take your brain away. It doesn't hurt to think, it just hurts to see or to move or to walk because you get dizzy and you fall. But it's been an eye opener. It's hurt. It's also made me stronger to appreciate things, appreciate precious little things in life, and appreciate where people are coming from. We don't think about that. We are so blessed to live in the United States and not Africa, where they're scrounging for a banana for dinner right now. Kids are. They're doing it. So blessed. Don't take for granted your life. You never know when you're going to lose it. It could happen in the blink of an eye. Literally. Look at me. I was writing a week ago. Now I can't even put a word on the paper. And all I know how to do is write. So it's very hard. It reminds me of when I came back from being trafficked. I was in a car accident. I didn't run. I have my family now, but back then it was just my mom. Nobody visited me in the hospital. I was there for a long time. I had to learn how to do things over. I had to learn how to read again, to write again. I had a lot happen to me. It was so hard. And this feels like a repeat of history. It's so hard. Mental health awareness, number one. Another thing, don't be hard on yourself. That's something I've had to learn. I blame myself for everything. And like talking to God and just thinking, learned a lot. My wife has really opened me up with her
You're robotic now. Whatever
ADHD
you do.
podcast and diagnosis. My wife, she's been helping me understand her diagnosis with ADHD as this eye happens. And I've been learning so much about myself because I have ADHD and I have Asperger, which is a form of autism, which is why I write so fast. I write so fast because my brain is hyper focused. I'm too smart for my own good. So life has changed. Seasons change, seasons come and go. It's like that song I wrote. Um, it's called Birds. It goes, seasons come and change, seasons come and go. Life will never die, die, die. Anyway, I wrote it. It talks about death is always temporary, and sometimes you have to let go in order to fly. And then I know that we will make it. I know that it's not easy, but we have to make the change. And as the seasons change, life changes with it and it will get better. I wrote that um, I wrote that when I knew my mom wasn't going to make it. It's by Imagine Dragons. It's a ghost written song. And it kind of reminds me of now. You don't know where you're going to go. And so many circumstances I've been in where you just find yourself and you don't know where you're going to go from here. So that's where I'm at. One second.
Sure, no problem.
Justin, you can reiterate what you think of mental health for a minute. Give me one.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't want to interrupt because uh, you were definitely getting into the mechanics and how one one minute we have something, another minute we don't, and having something similar, not entirely exactly the same of what you're going to. It was about 20 years ago. Uh, I had something again similar, uh, not exactly the same, but I remember the same feeling. I didn't have the same appreciation for the mental health at that time, but I did have afterwards the appreciation of being able to again, it's like David said, just do regular to us regular things, and when it's there, we take it for granted sometimes, like, oh, well, that's just how things are, and we go at it at that route. And then when it is taken, whatever that is, um, I had again a similar, but not the exact same that David has and is and will be going through for a while. Um, it really it it really does. It just teaches you like one day you could have something and the next day it could just be gone, just like a snap of a finger. And it's it's very hard. It's tough. It's hard to explain to some people who haven't gone through something similar. Not that it has to be the specific part of the body, uh, but when there are certain faculties that are taken, whether it is permanent, because there are, as we know, there are individuals, we do know that it is permanent, that they uh, won't be, haven't been, and won't be able to see. And so we're we're just automatically thrust into that area, and it's like, oh my gosh, there's people that are living like this every single day. And I've just been taking it for granted that whenever I wake up, like my eyes are going to open and I am going to do whatever I'm going to do. And to have that gone for any period of time is so hard. And now with my mental health journey, uh, I can now fully appreciate my situation when again 20 years ago something very similar where one day had it and next day didn't, and it it took a good long while for it to for it to heal. And there's so much there was pain, there was awkwardness, and uh, it's uh, it's a true testament of being a human being and deciding, okay, I'm going to get through this at some point. I don't know when it's going to be, but I'm going to get through this, and I'm one day closer to getting through this than I was yesterday. And so when I started, I forget the where I heard that or who actually said it. Uh, so I I would give credit where credit is due for that quote, but I don't. It's not coming to me at this moment. Uh, but it's so true. It's like we can look at things like, well, I'm one day closer, I'm 1 hour closer to being back to whatever normal is for me, or I can look at it and go, oh, it's another not not so not so great day. So David, ha- well, while not knowing exactly how you're feeling, having a similar life-altering event, again, and for me, the same thing. Half of it was my fault, and half of it wasn't. It was it's just crazy to look back at that and then to see how similar we are as human beings that uh, we're not infallible. We're just human beings. So you can finish this out, Dave.
I mean, it's really opened my eyes. Literally, when you can't open one eye, it blows the mind as to what you do. You live in the dark and you pray to God that you can write again. It's not easy. It's just not easy. I would encourage you to not take anything for granted that you have. Your eyesight, or maybe you can walk. Let's not take that for granted. Let's be thankful that we can walk and not be paralyzed because you never know what happens tomorrow. My mom once said, is this the story of how you live and die, or how you die and live? Wise words from the wise woman. And I'm trying to live by those. It's been quite the journey. And I will overcome this because you can overcome all things through Christ who strengthens you. But it's not easy and it's a lot of pain. Thank you, nurse. And a lot of hurt, but you learn a lot. So thank you, Justin, for letting me come on.
You're welcome. Yeah, you're a day closer to getting back. We don't know when that day will be. Uh, but again, yeah, wise words by your mom. And it's that type of thinking that's needed to help us get through every day, and
Yeah.
always have a spot to be able to share, especially when you know when we were talking straight up about mental health, and you can't get more mental health than this story. So remain strong and wish as the healing goes that now you're just kind of at the beginning of of that. But better days are to come, and to our viewers and listeners, hopefully, this touches somebody. We know it will. Um, we say hopefully, just because we're not God, we don't know 100% of what will, what won't, and when it will, and if it's right when we drop the episode, or if it's a week or a month or a year later. But we know that this is going to help, uh, and help people all over the world, and that can't be closer to the truth of what we are, Voices for Voices, with our podcast, TV show. If you catch any of our TikTok lives, and the same with Mythical Creatures Around the World, which we acquired, just still under, will still remain under David's leadership. We did that towards the tail end of calendar year 2025, and uh, we'll be back as soon as humanly possible, with posts. But we would invite you to, uh, the Facebook group Mythical Creatures Around the World. Take a look at some of our most recent posts, and you'll see some of the great work that has been completed in 2025, and then going into 2026. And if it so moves you, we ask that, maybe make a purchase, and we guarantee that it's going to be well worth it. And the work that we put out, all of it is intended to help. And so any type of production or publishing, media, entertainment, uh, theme park, even though we had to come out with a PR statement about a theme park that was using one of our subsidiary names, Mythical Creatures Around the World, without asking, just like it was like open source information. And Mythical Creatures Around the World is not open source. It's protected under Voices for Voices in the United States Patent and Trade Office. So that was part of the strategy that David and I were looking at, uh, because it's a great entity. And when people knowingly or unknowingly use your name, your organization, without giving credit, and that's happened, unfortunately, just too many times to too many people, not just not just David and us, but it happens to too many people, where they don't get the credit, they don't get the royalties, and so that's why we come out transparent, and we talk about the issues that are happening as they happen, because that's the organization we are. So as soon as we learn about things, we come out and we address them, because that's that's who we are. That's how we handle things. That's how a business, we are a nonprofit, but that's how any business handles things. We could either wait and wait and wait months and months and years, or we can come and we can talk about it right now when we're in the developing phases, so people know darn well that you can't use Mythical Creatures Around the World without David's blessing and our blessing, uh, and especially not giving credit where credit is due. So, uh, yeah, you're going to see a lot of Voices for Voices, a lot of mythical creatures around the world. Uh, Here in 2026, yep, we have a little bit of a hitch. Um, with David's injury. Uh, but don't blink too long because I'm not trying to use that as an analogy or anything, but don't look away too long because you might miss something. So all our viewers and listeners here in the United States, across the world, help us reach 300 countries, 3,000 cities. We're currently at 100 countries, 1,003 cities across the world, and I know we can do it. And if you reach out to uh, some of your followers, some of your friends, and just let them know about Voices for Voices, it's all free to do. Just get a group chat going, or make a post and tag Voices for Voices, because we're on all the main social media channels. So until next time, we want to thank David Solomon for his intense mental health and physical health um, strength that he has, uh, and learning as we do over time when certain events happen, and we pray for his speedy recovery, and anybody else who is going through something similar, or even if you're not, we're still praying for you, praying for us, or praying for the whole world, whether you're a follower, whether you're our enemies. We're all human beings, and so we pray for everybody every night, pray for ourselves, our families, and in the whole world. So until next time, this is Justin Alnaze with David Solomon. Uh, with the Voices for Voices podcast and TV show. Until next time, please be a voice for you or somebody in need. Bye bye. We'll see you next time.